Hey guys, how we doing? So this particular video is like a very casual video that I decided to just shoot to talk about my trading experience like this past week, and maybe give you an insight into some of the things that actually made me like a very professional trader. Okay, because I've been profitably trading for a very long while. I've been in this market for over 6 years and I've been profitable for over 3 years. Okay, it took me 3 years to actually get to the point where I become profitable. Okay, and the reason why that happened was because I just kept jumping from one person to another, from one course to another, and until I wasted all my time, wasted 3 years like losing money back to back till I became profitable. However, the idea of this video is to tell you, is to share with you some of the attributes, some of the traits, and some of the things that's actually made me finally become like a very profitable trader over these years. And this is the same trade, this is the same attributes I see like in really good, amazing traders out there, and probably something you want to inculcate into your trading. So the year is actually winding down. I mean, we have just a few days to the end of the year, and this year has really been very amazing. This is like one of my best years of trading so far. A lot of money was made, a lot of lessons were learned. Like, this is like that year. Okay, so really amazing year for me. So some of the things I'll be sharing with you are the things that I learned during the year, and some of the things I've always known anyway, but however, there are some of the attributes I see missing in a lot of traders that are not profitable out there. And I don't know whether somebody else tells them this and they don't want to listen, but however, this is my own 2 cents. Okay, so these are, I just want to share 3 out of the many other things that actually made me like a very good trader. Okay, so that said, I mean, if you're yet to subscribe to this particular channel, please go ahead and do that now. Click on the notification icon so you'll be notified every single time I post videos just like this one. So let's go. So number one on the top of my list is that simple attribute called discipline. If you're a trader and you are not disciplined, just forget it. If you're not disciplined as a trader, just forget it. Just forget being profitable. You can never be profitable without being a disciplined person. Now, discipline here is in 2 aspects. Okay, now the first aspect of discipline is discipline in your time of trading. Now, every single professional trader I've seen out there have time, specific allotted time they dedicate to their trading. Now, the reason a lot of people keep making losses back to back, just keep blowing accounts from one blown account to another blown account, is because they are just not disciplined in their time of trading. Today they are trading by 10 a.m. next tomorrow they are trading by 2 p.m. 2 a.m. in the midnight. Next tomorrow they are trading by 12 p.m. Next tomorrow they are trading by 5 p.m. Now, in as much as we know that the market trades 24 hours, but you shouldn't trade 24 hours of the day. Have periods of time that is dedicated and allotted to your trading. What that does for you is when you do something, when you study the chart, let's say personally my trading time is between 9 a.m. in the morning and about 2 p.m., 3 p.m. in the afternoon. I like trading the London session in summary. Okay, London session, beginning of US session, I'm done, usually done for the day. Of course, there are sometimes I trade till around 5 p.m. but however, on the average day, my trading time is 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. okay. Now, what that does for you when you're consistent that way, every single time coming on the charts between that time, you begin to master the movement of that particular price, that particular currency pair within those kind of times. There are some charts that you probably begin to find out that, let's say during the London session, if it is bullish at the opening of the US session, probably it becomes bearish. You just begin to just find patterns that the regular person who is inconsistent does not see. Some of those patterns I won't share them in this video, but trust me, some of these charts, like they have patterns. Okay, they have patterns that make it much more predictable, make it much more easy for you to actually come up with your analysis on those particular charts. So if you're inconsistent with your time of trading, you just keep having like really terrible results. You need to be consistent, you need to be disciplined. Okay, you need to be disciplined with your time of trading. If your trading time is 4 p.m., 5 p.m., maintain that every single day. Only check the charts during those periods. Okay, now for me, once I'm done, once I close my workstation for the day, that's all. It doesn't matter whether no matter what happens, unless on very rare cases, which one of those rare cases like happened sometime this week where I took a trade by 5 a.m. because the opportunity was like, it was like free money, so I couldn't miss it, and I didn't miss it. Okay, but however, on the average day, I don't like taking trades anything below 9 a.m. or after 3 p.m. Okay, that's my trading time. Okay, I like to find all my setups within that time, and over the years I've been able to see patterns repeat itself, candlestick patterns, chart patterns repeat itself, that chart patterns that are much more likely to play out nicely the way it is in theory, practically on the chart. I just keep finding out patterns that are much more likely in particular pairs, and which makes me like a really good trader. Okay, so these are things you need to learn. If you're not disciplined in your time for trading, you have like really bad results. Okay, have specific time for your trading. Stop jumping just because you hear the market trades 24 hours. You wake up by 2 p.m. you're trading euro card by 2 p.m. trading euro USD by 4 a.m. in the morning. Man, take a chill pill. Okay, be disciplined. Okay, be disciplined with your time of trading. Now, the second aspect of discipline is the aspect of your management of trades. You need to be disciplined in your management of trades. For instance, if you enter a trade, you put a stop loss, you put a take profit, stick to it. Don't change the take profit point or close out the trades prematurely just because you're saying that okay, it's now on profit. I see especially beginners, okay, do this kind. Once they enter a trade, they just see it's on profit, and the profit is like just enough for the day. Maybe let's say you have a $1,000 account, and maybe you enter a trade and it's like on, let's say, $50. You're like, wow, $50, that's like 5%, and you just close out the trade prematurely, not knowing that if you have left that trade, probably you might have given like $200, which is probably like 20% of your total capital, which makes a lot of sense. So a lot of people close trades not based on market structure. They are closing it based on what the floating profit or the floating loss is saying, which is like a terrible and indisciplined approach to trading. So by no means and for no reason should you close trades based on what you're seeing on the floating profit or floating loss. When you put a stop loss, leave it there. One of the best trades I had this week was one that actually tested like my trading psychology. I was a trade, I think it was on euro USD. I went long on euro USD. So at some point it gave me a 1:1. I had the liberty because most of the signals I send to our free signal channel and our premium signal channel, usually I usually just put one TP 1:1, which is not where I actually put my TP. But however, of course, people like just like quick profits, so they like just that 1:1 is totally fine for them, which has been working and really amazing. It has been profitable over time. But most times when I don't just do, I almost never do a 1:1. I only take trades that have the potential of giving at least 1:1.5 or 1:2. So this particular trade was on euro USD. I entered this trade, I went long. It gave me a 1:1. I had the liberty to actually close the trade, but I didn't. I left it. The market reversed all the way down to my entry, all the way back to my entry. Then again went back, give me a 1:1 again, reversed back right into my entry. Almost wanted to take out my stop loss, but however now bounced back to give me a clean 1:2. So if you're not disciplined, if I wasn't a disciplined trader and I closed out those trades prematurely, I would have lost a lot of money. Okay, not just lost money, okay, and or maybe I left a lot of money on the table. But because of discipline, I had to leave those trades and sit on my hands to be sure that my trades and my analysis plays out nicely, and it actually did. So you need to be disciplined. That's one. Number two is you need to be patient. Some of the trades that give you like the most amazing risk to reward, like the 1:3, 1:5 kind, 1:10 kind of trades, those are the kind of trades that what might not play out within the time frame you want it to play out. It might not play out. You might be expecting to give it like 1:5 in one single day, and it takes 1 week to do that. So if you're not patient to wait for 1 week for that trade to do all the moving down up and down, moving up and down, stopping people here, clearing out stop losses, clearing out other blocks and all of that, for it to come to the point where it gives you 1:5 or 1:7, 1:10, whatever. If you're not patient to wait for those kind of trades, you would never become a profitable trader. You need to be patient. Okay, I see people do this. I have a daily target. My daily target is $50, my daily $100. You will not make no money that way, man. Take this from somebody who has 6 years experience in trading. you will not make any money when you're doing those. I have a daily goal, a daily target. My daily target is rubbish. Trust me, it's rubbish, totally rubbish. Okay, throw those things into the garbage. Okay, see, you need to see the market is not your playmate. The market doesn't care about your emotion, doesn't even care about your target, doesn't care that you're out here to make $50. Nobody cares. Personally, I do not care, and the market doesn't care. Okay, you need to come to a point where every time you come to the market, you're coming to see what the market can give. You're not coming to take, I'm coming to take $200 today. It's a lie. You're coming to see what the market, if it gives you today, fine. Because at the end of the day, profitability in forex all boils down to probabilities. Okay, you just have to just keep taking trades. You don't know which one. There is no trade that has 100% guarantee. Your own is just make sure that every time you see a setup, enter the trade. Every time you see a setup, enter the trade. And you know that your edge is, let's say, 60, 65, 70%, or even 80% if your strategy is that good. Okay, but my strategy is like 70%. So I know 70% of the time I do this. When I see this, it wins. Okay, so each single time, my own is just to take the setups. Just take setups. It ends a loss, I take another one. It ends a loss, I take another. But I know that if I do this over, let's say, 10 trades, I know that 70% of the time I'm in profit. Okay, so, and if I'm doing 1:1.5 in literally like 3 months, I can actually double an account, which like makes a lot of sense to me, because I risk most times 1.5, 2%. My trades sometimes, if I want to like go, if I'm taking risks, my risk is 3%. I see people want to take risks, they take risks with like 10%, 20% of the account. My highest risk, 3%. Okay, so that's why I actually need like very big capital. Okay, so that's it for this patience. Okay, you need to be patient, my friend. Okay, so finally, final thing I actually want to share is consistency. Man, you need to be consistent. Stop jumping from one strategy to another. You've been jumping from one strategy to another for 3 years, and you've lost all your money, you've lost your pocket money, you've lost your salary, you've lost your house rent, and you're still jumping from one strategy to another. Stop jumping. Because find a strategy that works, backtest it, and stay with it. I see a lot of people, once they have a strategy that loses just maybe 3 times in a row, three straight losses, they just abandon it. They just assume it doesn't work, it's a rubbish strategy, and they just jump to something else. You just keep throwing away money like that. Okay, I wasted 3 years of my life before I became profitable. I've been in this market for 6 years. Half of that time, less than half now, cause like I'm moving into my 7th year, but half of that time I just wasted it jumping from one strategy to another. Just learning. I took courses after courses, for me to actually come to the point where I had to tell myself the truth. Like, you're wasting your time. I had this sit down discussion with myself, told myself, young man, two of us know that you're wasting time. So I had to find something that works for me, and I stuck with it, and it has worked for me for over 3 years now. So you just need to be consistent. Find a strategy that works and stick with it. Sometime last week was one of those weeks. I think I ended the week with little more like break even, but was just on the negative side. Break even, I was like on the negative side, right? But during the time, I think I took like maybe 9 trades last week or 8 trades thereabout. But there was a time that I took like 4 straight losses. Took this one, lost, took this one, lost, took this one, lost, took this one, ended the loss. But however, because I trust the strategy I've back tested, I've used over the years, I could bet if I just keep doing this, seeing the setup I'm looking for, trading it, I'll still come out in profit. And this week I took about 8 trades, had 2 losses, 6 wins. So all the little negative I had last week, I've recovered back with like very clean, like 4%, 5% thereabout of my account size, which makes a lot of sense. My starting account size as of last week, right? So makes a lot of sense. So if you're not consistent with a particular trading strategy, you just be losing money that you should not be losing. Money that you should not be losing, you just be losing it to the market just because you're not consistent. Okay, so when you have a good strategy, just trust the strategy, backtest it enough to trust it. I tell my students, after teaching them at the academy and all our courses both online, which I would probably advise you take after what, if this is your first time meeting me, you should join the Trade Academy. get a hold of our course and start trading, start learning, so that you just stop making all the losses you're making in the forex market. It's time to say goodbye to losses. Okay, so I usually tell them that, even after teaching them strategy, I tell them, backtest these things for yourself, because if you don't trust it, once you meet a like a very bad drawdown, you'll be tempted to dump it. And what people don't understand is, no matter how good your strategy is, there must come times where your strategy just doesn't work. You can't do anything about it. Some of those trades, I told you I had like 4 straight losses sometime last week. Some of those trades, like even the blind could see that this is the trend, because I never go against the trend. The blind could see that this market is going up, but I just entered and hit my stop loss. Okay, so those kind of times you can't do anything. No matter how good your strategy, there will be a time it's not the fault of the strategy, it's just the market. The market is not your friend, man. The market doesn't care about your strategy, man. So some of those times you just need to trust the strategy. You just need to be consistent with the strategy. Okay, so of course every strategy has a downtime. No matter how we try to sugarcoat these things, there's some strategy. There are just times in the market where your strategy doesn't just work. It's just that simple. Okay, and it can lead you like bouts of losses. You can even have like 4. I think the highest straight losses I've ever had is like 6 straight losses. It was terrible. But however, because I trust the strategy, something I've used over the years, I just keep taking trades. And sometimes when those kind of things, let me share this, like from my own personal experience. Most times when I have like those kind of serial losses, maybe 3 straight losses, 4 straight losses, I found out that like the next like 6-7 trades will be like wins, like straight wins. If the feeling is, I just don't know how else to make these things much more personal, so you understand it. Okay, but this is something I've noticed. Once I have like 3 straight losses, I just know that like for the next 4 or 5 losses will just be straight wins. That's it for me. I don't know for other people, but that's how actually my age actually works out. Okay, so these are just the 3 things I want to share with you: discipline, patience, consistency. These are attributes that you must not joke with as a trader or somebody who's aspiring to be like a really good professional trader like myself. Okay, so that said, that brings us to the end of this video. So if you're here to subscribe to this channel, please go ahead, subscribe like right now. Click on that link, click on that button right there, and click on the notification icon, so you'll be notified every single time I come up with videos like I share like really good content. I think I'm actually the most sincere trader that you see out there, because when I make losses I talk about it, when I make wins I talk about it too. So click on that subscribe button. So let's meet every now and then. Okay, so that said, thank you for watching this video to the end. Cheers, all the best in your trading. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.